let's get right into it. I was about to hit the record button, but it's already recording. I don't know what's wrong with me today. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking to you guys about a bunch of my favorite summer products. I'm not really sure what order I want to go in. There's a lot in here, a lot of things that I've been loving and are just like near and dear to my heart. Some of these honestly are probably going to be in an upcoming empties video that I'm planning on doing, because I'm like, as my products are emptying, I'm throwing them in a bin and planning to talk about them, to share them with you guys, to let you know what I've been loving. But these are just a few products that I've used up that I just absolutely love and wanted to share with you guys, and also some products that I've just been using for like the past few months or so. Either they're great for summer or they're just summer finds that I wanted to share with you guys, and everything in between. They're just products that I've been loving this summer. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's get right into it. All right, so I'm going to talk about this guy first. This is the Saint Tropez In Shower Tanning Lotion. It's their Gradual Tan. I'm talking about this guy first just because it's the only like body product that I have, and everything else is gonna be like skincare and makeup. So just wanted to get this guy kind of out of the way, but I wanted to talk about it because I think it's gonna be a really, really great product for going into fall and summer. It is a product that I used over the summertime because I didn't necessarily want to be tan. There was like one or a couple events that I wanted to be tan for, like going to the Paramore concert. I really wanted to be tan for that. It was kind of like outdoors and I didn't want the sun to be reflecting off of me the entire time. And especially after I went on vacation and saw my vacation pictures of my fair skin next to my very glowing tan skin friends, I was like, I could use a little bit of color. So there were a couple of events this past summer that I did want to be really tan for, and I ended up using the extra dark tan from Saint Tropez. But to start my tanning off, especially if you're somebody who's wanting to just get into fake tanning and you're like a little bit scared of it, I have not really done any fake tanning before. I've gotten a couple of spray tans in the past for like prom, but I've never done any self tanning. And so this I feel like was a really good product to kind of ease me into the self tanning game, because it's really, really easy. You do it in the shower. It's best if you do it every day because you'll see the results a lot faster. However, obviously, the more often you do it, the quicker you're going to run out of this guy, but also the darker you will get because the color kind of builds on top of each other. So it's not something that like you do once a week or anything like that. It's definitely something that, like, I mean, it's exactly what it is. It's a gradual tan. You slowly build it up. So what I would do, it says you leave on for just 3 minutes and then you shower it off. So they do not recommend it to leave it on for longer than 3 minutes. Did I go up to 5 minutes most of the time? I did usually leave it on longer than it said, just to give myself, I never like slept in it or anything like that, but I definitely did leave it on just a few minutes longer than what it tells you to, because I really wanted to get that tan faster. But it's a very interesting product because you leave it on for 3 minutes and then you rinse it off and then you're like, wow, I see absolutely nothing. And then you go to sleep and you wake up the next morning and you're like, whoa, I think I got a little bit of color. And then you do it again and the same thing happens. So that tan actually develops even after you've rinsed it off. The tan develops over the hours. I didn't want to say over time because that sounds like a long time, but anyways, it develops over a few hours. So like an 8-hour period, you'll start to see that color developing. It's a very interesting product anyways. I really like it. And the reason I wanted to recommend it for like going into fall and winter is I think it's a great product to give you a little bit of color without looking like you're fake tanning in the winter. You know what I'm saying? So if people aren't used to seeing you tan, but you just want to give you a little bit of color, that now I'm gonna move into some skincare goodies I've been using. Oh, you know what? I have one fragrance goodie in here that I'm gonna share with you guys. This is the Philosophy Amazing Grace Ballet Rose perfume. I got this little guy and I didn't think I was gonna like it. I smelled it in the bottle and I was like, no. I'm not gonna wear that. And then I actually sprayed it on my body, and I guess how it mixes with my body chemistry and everything, I really loved how it smelled, and my husband even complimented me almost every time he was around me while I was wearing this, which, if you don't know, my husband and I, we're very busy people, and so there are a lot of days that we just kind of cross paths and we don't necessarily get to spend a lot of time together. But on those days that we did, we were around each other quite a bit, and he actually got to smell me, which sounds weird, but you know what I'm saying. He would always like say, "Oh, you smell really good. I like your perfume," or whatever, you know, and I was always like, thank you. So of course that made me love it even more, and I feel like it just mixed with my body chemistry really well. And now, not to say the same because everybody's body chemistry is different, but this is kind of like a fresh scent, but it's also a deeper, like a heavier scent and a little bit sweet, which is like perfect for me because the heavier part of that scent makes it last longer, but I really like fresh scents with a little bit of sweetness, so it's like the perfect combo for me. So anyways, I ended up going through this really fast, a lot faster than I thought I ever would. I really, really like this. Grab a sample from Sephora or just your local cosmetic store, wherever carries it. Highly recommend this guy if you like fresh floral scents. Next, let's go into skincare. By the way, still have not been wearing contacts because I'm still scared of them because I scratched my cornea and I still feel like it's a little bit sensitive. Scratching your cornea is not fun. Like, it freaking hurts, so I'm scared. Next on the list, I'm gonna be talking about the Caudalie Micellar Water. This stuff is so good. I can't even explain it. You pump it out and you're like, wow, I'm literally just putting water on my face right now. But it's not. There's something about it that, like, it looks like water, it feels like water, but it's a micellar water, so it has those molecules, and micellar water acts like a vacuum and it just picks everything up. And so it's the perfect thing. I would always use it in the morning to give myself a light cleanse and then go in with my moisturizer and everything after that. And I was so sad whenever I ran out of this product, and needless to say, I will definitely be repurchasing it. So definitely pick this guy up. I don't think it's that much. I think it's only like $23 or something like that, or $25. It's not a lot at all. So highly recommend this guy. So that one is my morning cleanser, and usually at night I go back and forth between several different cleansers, but the one that I keep going back to over and over again is actually this Carez Greek yogurt cleanser. Now, this one does have fragrance in it, so I feel like my skin goes through seasons where sometimes it's more sensitive and it can't tolerate anything, and then sometimes it's perfectly fine. And in the seasons that my skin is perfectly fine, I absolutely love this. Every once in a while, the fragrance in it will irritate my skin, and I don't know what it's tied to, and I don't know why sometimes my skin reacts to it and sometimes it doesn't. It's beyond me. My guess is like pairing it with other certain products. Maybe they're not mixing well together or something. I don't know. But anyways, most of the time my skin is perfectly fine with this, and I absolutely love the way that it feels on my skin. It has like this milky texture, but also kind of like a jelly texture, and so it feels really like cooling and refreshing on the skin. And because of the yogurt in it, it doesn't feel drying at all, which I was using the Dr. Dennis Gross, it's like a pore perfecting alpha beta cleansing gel, and that stuff I feel like really took a toll on my skin over time because I was loving it for a while, but then I felt like it was really starting to strip my skin, and like my skin was just starting to feel really dry, and I just felt like I couldn't put enough moisturizer on. And so I've kind of veered away from that. I'm gonna see if that fixes that problem, and I've gone back to this guy, and this is just the cleanser that I keep going back to. I'll like use a different cleanser for a while and then I go back to this one. And so yes, highly recommend trying this guy out. It'll work for any skin type, oily, normal, combination, sensitive, for the most part, depending on what your sensitivities are. So highly recommend that guy. And that's the smaller size. They do sell it in a bigger size, and it's not very pricey. I don't remember the price of it off the top of my head, but it's not that much. Next guy I have been loving is the Perricone MD Refreshing Shower Mask. I just love the idea of this mask because the way that it works is you put it on, like I'll put it on while my conditioner is sitting in my hair. So I usually let my conditioner sit for like 3 to 5 minutes. So I'll just throw this guy on. Like I'll do my whole skincare routine in the shower while my conditioner is sitting, and I'll throw this guy on and just kind of let it sit while I rinse everything off and like wash my body and shave and everything. And so I'm a pretty good multitasker if you ask me. So I just absolutely love this guy. Every time I use it and I rinse it off, I just feel like my skin is like brand new, like it's baby soft. Now I don't do this every time I shower because my skin could not handle that, but on the days that I do use it and I wake up the next morning and I put my makeup on, I am like, oh, why does my makeup look so good? And it's because I use this mask. And I do feel like, honestly, I don't think it claims to do this, but I do feel like it helps to calm my breakouts. Like any breakouts that I'm having, they'll go away like 2 days after using this. Like I said, I don't do it in every shower because it is pretty intense. It can be a little bit intense sometimes, and you'll definitely feel quite a bit of tingling. The first few times I used it, it was quite a bit of burning. Go with like what feels good to your skin because everybody's skin is different, obviously. Some people could probably use it every day or every other day. Some people could probably only use it once a week, but I do highly recommend it. And you guys saw this one coming. I've talked about it in like probably 3 other videos. I've talked about it on my Instagram story. I talk about it all the time. This is the freaking Boscia Matcha Magic Super Antioxidant Mask. Oh my gosh, I will never stop raving about this. I use it as often as I have the time to and remember to. I'm like a quarter way through the jar already, and I just... Guys, like stop wasting your time, just go and get it. Like it helps with everything. It helps with texture, it helps with breakouts. Every time I feel like it will bring things to the surface and I'll feel like a breakout coming on underneath my skin and then it goes away because it feels like it resurfaces and it treats at the same time. Like it's seriously like you're all in one mask. Now that's not to say that breakouts don't ever still come to the surface, because they definitely still do. And whenever I'm having a really bad breakout like I am right now on this side, I actually really need to do this mask and I've been thinking about it. I love it for breakouts. I love it for texture. It's not hydrating at all, but it's not drying. So it's great if you have dry skin and you need something to help with texture and acne or just texture in general, because who doesn't want their skin to be more smooth and radiant? I just feel like every time I wash it off, I'm like, oh my gosh, what a glow my skin has now that all that dead skin is gone. So absolutely love this. Don't remember the price off the top of my head for that guy, but I think it's like $38 for the mask. I'll tell you the prices that I know, but I won't know the prices on everything. I'm sorry. And then for my daytime moisturizer, oh my gosh. So my skin can be sensitive to SPF, and I'm so excited to have found something that it has a good SPF in it, is hydrating enough for me, and it doesn't bother my skin. It is the Origins A Perfect World with an SPF of 40. Now I think that they have another one that's like an SPF of 25 or 20 or 30. No, I think it's like 25. So if you want a little bit less SPF, this guy is the SPF 40, and I absolutely love it. I have used the whole thing. This guy is going in my empties video, and it's so good. It smells good. It smells like sunscreen mixed with white tea, almost like peach tea. I think this is just a really great daytime moisturizer, so highly recommend this guy. All right, so now we're gonna get into complexion products. So I have talked about this guy in the past. I don't use it every day, but it's my favorite. It's been like one of my favorite finds for the past few months, if not the past year. And this is the Cover FX Blurring Primer. Oh my gosh, this stuff is so good. And every time I show it to a client, they're like, yes, I need that in my life. And I'm like, yes, you do. Everybody needs this in their life. It's great for dry skin, if you want to smooth pores, if you just want to smooth overall texture, anything like that. Even people who have like deep like scarring, I think that this is great for. It's not going to completely take that scarring away, but it definitely minimizes the appearance of it and gives an overall smoother look to the skin. So I do highly recommend this guy for anyone who's looking for any kind of smoothing or blurring or anything like that. And I think this guy's like around the $30 range. And then I have 2 tinted moisturizers that I would like to talk about. The YSL Touche Eclat All-in-One Glow, and then the Lancome Skin Feels Good. I feel like the performance of these is very similar, and I actually find myself reaching for the Lancome a little bit more than reaching for the YSL. The performance is almost the same, but I feel like with this guy, he's a little bit easier to buff into the skin, I guess, because they're so watery that you have to mix the pigments together on both of them. But I feel like this one just kind of mixes into my skin a little bit easier than this guy, and it's just overall a little bit easier to work with, I think. And I think that's why I subconsciously like go towards this guy more. But this one is definitely going to be like my light shade, and then this one is going to be like my dark shade. I love both of them, but I think that my Lancome one is like really like the one that if I had a lighter shade in this one, I would use it for light and tan whenever I'm lighter and more tan. You get what I'm trying to say. But I love both of these. This one I think is 48. This one is 35, I think. Quite a difference in price. So if you're looking for one, Lancome. Another complexion product is the, oh my gosh, the freaking Sephora Collection concealer. I know that, what's her name? Katie from Lustrelux. She talked about this concealer for a while, and I used it a lot at work for a while. But now I have finally tried it for myself, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this, in my opinion, is like just as good as the NARS Natural Radiant Creamy Concealer. I feel like the coverage is about the same. Actually, NARS might have just a hint more coverage, and the texture of this one is like a little bit more liquidy rather than like that thicker, creamier formula. But I feel like overall, like the coverage, performance, longevity, texture, and everything is pretty much the same, and it's only $14. $14. Honestly, I'm going to be repurchasing this one. Hands down, I'm going to repurchase this guy. I absolutely love it and highly, highly recommend it to anyone. Now, I do a color corrector underneath it. I didn't talk about this guy. I wasn't going to talk about this guy in this video because I don't feel like this guy is like revolutionary and anything that I'm like, oh my gosh, you have to get this. It stands out from all the other products. I don't feel this way, but this is just what I've been using as my color corrector. This is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion in the shade 1C. It's just a little bit like too peachy for me to use as an actual concealer, so I use it as a color corrector instead, and then I do my Sephora Collection on top of it. So I'm neutralizing with this guy, and then I'm brightening with this guy. So yes, highly recommend this guy. All right, couple of other cheek products. I have the Fenty Beauty. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy for this for a second, but this is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Foil Freestyle Highlighter Duo in the shade Mimosa Sunrise and Sangria Sunset. Look at this. It's so freaking pretty. Oh my god. Even though this looks like really, really crazy and it's like pink and orange, I actually use this as a blush, and what I'll do is I just take this brush. This is a Glamour Dolls Lisa Frank brush. It doesn't even say the style or anything like that. XOXO, I don't know. But I take this guy. It's just like the perfect little like flimsy blush brush, and I'll just tap it back and forth between the two colors, and I always like start on the pink and end on the pink because I want more pink than orange, and then I just buff that right on top of the cheeks. The mixture of the orange and the pink just give like that perfect blush color, but it preserves that glow in the skin, so I absolutely love this guy. And those I believe retail for like 36, I think 35, 36. And then, you guys have heard me talk about this guy again and again and again, but this is I was so surprised at how much I love this highlighter, but this is the e.l.f. Moonlight Pearls highlighter. This is like the only highlighter that I reach for. When I'm more tan, I'll reach for my Fenty, not the Kilowatt. No, I think it is the Kilowatt. I think they're still called Kilowatt. Anyways, when I'm more tan, I reach for my other Fenty highlighter in the shade Mean Money Hustler Baby. But whenever I am fair, like I am now and am most of the time, I do the e.l.f. Moonlight Pearls because I just love the texture of it, of the glow. You have to build it up a little bit more than the Fenty one. It's not as like foiled, so you have to build it up a little bit more, but I just feel like it gives the most natural, beautiful glow to the skin without looking super textured. Like it still looks really, really nice and smooth. So absolutely love this guy. Highly recommend. All right, I'm going to talk about a couple of different setting sprays. First one I want to talk about is the new Cover FX High Performance Setting Spray. Oh my gosh, does this one add some serious longevity to your makeup? Every time that my makeup is falling apart, I'm like, what did I not do right today? I'm like, oh, I forgot to put on my Cover FX High Performance Setting Spray. Like seriously, I've literally had that thought more than once. I'm like, I didn't set my face with setting spray, and this is the setting spray that I've been using. And I legitimately see a difference in like how my makeup wears throughout the day. However, I will say this guy is alcohol free, but if you have dry skin, do not soak your face in this. You can still use it, but like I get really like spray happy, and I will just like, I'll do one time and then I'll let it sit, and then I'll do again, and then I'll do it again. Like, don't do that with this guy, because I have noticed this making my skin feel a little bit like there's hairspray on it, which I think that there's actually ingredients in their setting sprays that is a derivative of an ingredient in hairspray. And I don't know if you've ever heard of girls spraying their face with hairspray, but they did it before there was setting spray. Girls would actually like just do like a light layer of hairspray on their face. Don't do that. It's not safe, and you could get it in your eyes, but people did do that. And so there's a derivative of like some ingredient that's in hairspray that's also in this, and that's what gives it the longevity. But it is alcohol free, but still don't use a ton of it if you have dry skin. Just do one good layer and you'll be fine. That's what I've learned. And then the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. So this guy has gotten a really, really bad reputation, but I personally really like it. And I think it's really just because whenever you first get it, you need to really make sure that you shake it up really, really well, because it does have little basically shimmer particles, and all of those will settle in the bottom, and you need to shake it up really, really well whenever you first get it. And then just give it a good shake right before every time you use it. And don't like soak yourself in it either, because then you will look like a freaking disco ball. I would do like the Kat Von D setting spray or the high performance spray first, and then spray this guy over it just to light them out, to give your skin just like a nice sheen if you're looking for something that you can soak your face in. You know what I'm saying? Like, do one of the other ones to soak your face, and then do this guy to just give a nice sheen. All right, let's get into eye products. Oh my gosh, I cannot stop using this. This is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. Wow, has it made such a difference in my lashes. You've probably noticed in my videos that I'm wearing lashes a lot less, and that's because I started a new job, which I'm gonna make a separate video about. So no, I don't work at Sephora anymore. Long story, would love to explain, and I will explain, but new job, can't wear lashes because mascara is a really big thing for the brand that I'm working for. So I have had to find a mascara that really, really makes a big difference in my lashes, and that is the freaking Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I actually feel pretty confident in my little baby lashes with this guy on, and I feel like I can really, really build it up, and it doesn't get overly clumpy or anything like that. Like, it gives me just the right amount of volume that gives it thickness without like the clump. Like, it doesn't look like chunks of lashes, you know? I think it's the comb, I think it's the formula, I think it's everything about this product that I keep going back to over and over and over again. And I'm actually getting to the end of, no, I probably still have a pretty good amount left. Definitely not as much as I used to have, and it's scaring me because then I have to get another one. Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. This is their limited edition packaging. They did it for like their mermaid collection or something like that. Normally it comes in a purple case. So next for eyes, I have the Soft Glam palette. So this guy I was using pretty much all summer. One of my shadows broke. I still need to press him back into the pan. So I haven't used this guy in a while because it's a little bit of a hot mess right now. And also because I've moved on to the Born to Run palette, which I'm wearing on my eyes right now, and have been wearing on my eyes for like the past 2 months. But anyways, before that, I was reaching for this guy over and over and over again, and I actually took him on vacation with me. And yeah, I think all the traveling and everything is what broke the thing in the pan. I don't know. It's really good. I really love that palette, and I highly recommend it. The formula is so soft and so buttery and so pigmented, and just like everything that you want in life. I think it's the perfect beginner's palette because the Soft Glam palette is just, it's just easy to work with. It's like so freaking easy to work with. So yes, absolutely love that palette. Highly recommend. $42. Bada bing, bada boom. And then we have the Born to Run palette, which I just did a giveaway on this palette. If you guys want to see another giveaway, I will be doing another one whenever I hit 400 subscribers, which is not far away because so many people, I have so many new subscribers now from this past giveaway, which by the way, welcome everyone. I'm so happy that you're here. If you want to see another giveaway, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that we can hit 400 and we'll do another giveaway. That'll be lots of fun. Anyways, Urban Decay Born to Run palette. Absolutely love this palette. I will never stop talking about how much I love this guy, which you can hear a little bit about what I had to say in my giveaway video. But what I love about this palette is that anything that you pair together in this palette will look good together. There's not one color that won't go with the other. Like I could put this guy and this guy together and it'll be beautiful. This guy and this guy together, it'll be beautiful. This guy and this guy together and it'll be beautiful. Everything just goes together so well, and I think that's how palettes should be. Like, yes, you want to push people to be creative, but for the most part, you want a palette that's really cohesive, that you don't really have to think about like, well, what colors are gonna look good together? Like, any of these will look good together, and that I feel like makes it really, really consumer friendly and doesn't make it feel intimidating and like you have to be an artist to use this palette, you know? Not gonna ever stop talking about how much I love the packaging. I love travel pictures. They're inspiring to me. I'm sure that I'm not the only one that finds these kinds of pictures really inspiring, and they make it really clear where they got the inspiration for the color scheme in their palette. So it's really sturdy. It feels like it's really, really good for traveling, which is great because it's called Born to Run. It's fantastic. And I think it's like 45 or close to 50, like 49. I think it's $49. All right, lastly, I just have a few lip products. These are pretty much all the glosses I've been using this summer. This summer has been a glossy summer for me. I have just been into like the bare glossy lips or just nude glossy lips. I don't know. I just never want to wear matte lips anymore. I just always want something easy and glossy that I can just throw on and then eat and then reapply and then maybe reapply a few more times, and I don't know, just not have to worry about it looking like perfect. And I don't know, I've been enjoying it. Sue me. Aww. What I'm wearing right now is the Dior Addict Lip Glow. This is the Color Reviver Balm, and oh my gosh, this is from their newer collection. I love this so much. It has the perfect amount of sparkle in it and the perfect amount of pigment to where like it gives your lips color, but it still looks sheer, and that little bit of like glitter sparkle in it makes it look ultra glossy and just like juicy, and it catches the light just perfectly, and I just love it so much. And they have such a beautiful wide shade range, and then some of them are going to be a little bit more on the brighter side like this guy, so highly recommend that. And then I have the Trust Fund Beauty. This is the perfect one. This is the Lipgasm in the shade Method to Madness. It's just like the perfect like no makeup gloss. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm not, like legitimately when I'm not wearing any makeup, like nothing, I will throw this on just to give my lips something, like whether it's hydration and just to give them a little bit of shine so that my face doesn't look dull. Yeah, sometimes I'll literally just throw this on and absolutely nothing else. Like no mascara, nothing else. I'll just throw a gloss on and call it a day. I really, really like this guy. It's also my favorite to throw on top of just a nude lip liner. And then lastly, we have the Clinique Marimekko glosses. This one is in the shade Juicy Apple. It's the Clinique Pop Splash Lip Gloss Plus Hydration, I think is the full name of it. But oh my gosh, these ones, they give you like the most juicy look to your lip. I am a sucker for a good like wet lip look. Does that sound dirty? I want my lips to almost look like they're dripping in gloss, like they're just juicy and plump and beautiful. So my favorite thing is to just do a lip liner and then throw on a good juicy gloss, and this guy is the juiciest of the juicy glosses. So I absolutely love these guys. If you love a good glossy lip look. I just mixed lip and look together and I said lip. But that is the last product that I have to share with you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you learned something new about some of these products and found some things that you kind of want to try. Maybe go and sample at Sephora or something like that. Make sure that you check out some of my other videos here before you leave, and that you hit the little subscribe button so that we hit 400 subscribers so that we can do another giveaway, which are my absolute favorite to do. And I will see you all in Tuesday's video. Tuesday. I'll see you guys in Tuesday's wear test. Bye! The first product I'm going to talk about is going to be